So gratitude aligns our hearts with God's will.
A thankful heart brings life to the soul and strength to the relationship.
Lord, thank you for my wife. And I often tell you, I am thankful for you.
So gratitude reminds us of the gift of each other.
The power of gratitude in relationships. Today we're going to explore how practicing gratitude can strengthen relationships, enhance emotional connection, and foster a positive environment between partners. Welcome to Marriage with Jim and Teresa. I'm your host, Jim Adams. Joining me in studio is my wife of the last 40 years, the mother of our 4 children, Teresa, the therapist. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Jim.
Also joining us is our youngest daughter, the only member of our family who can speak Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Italian, Ellie Mariel.
You can't even say my last name right, Dad.
I don't speak those languages, so what is your last name?
Ellie Marigo.
That's what I said.
How you say the last name.
That's what I said.
Okay, that's fine.
So, hey guys, today we're going to talk about gratitude. But before we do that, let me express some gratitude. Thank you to all of you for the way you've supported this show. I mean, we've literally had hundreds of thousands of views, which is great for a new show. Here's how you can help us continue to get exposure by doing a couple things. Liking the show, hitting the thumbs up, sharing the show, and subscribing to the show and asking your friends to do the same. And maybe most importantly, jump in the comments and engage with us. Questions, comments. Jim, I can't believe you said that. Jim, why do you keep saying that? Hey, Ellie, how did your youngest daughter get on the show? Hey, Teresa, she's a therapist with clinical training. How did she, whatever you want to do, jump in the comments. As far as I know, we have not missed responding to a single comment. We want to engage with you. We want to hear from you about things you want to hear us talk about, and we love to get your questions. So today, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to start this important topic?
Okay. So gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's not just a feeling. It's a practice that can transform your relationship.
So psychology shows us that gratitude activates the brain's reward system and enhances bonding.
Mm-hmm. But
Interesting. But the Bible reminds us that this isn't just brain chemistry. Gratitude isn't just brain chemistry.
Right.
It's also a spiritual principle, Teresa.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. Scripture calls us to be thankful in all things. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you, 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Mm-hmm. Okay, so gratitude aligns our hearts with God's will.
Yes.
But what about this? What if I ain't feeling very grateful?
Well, you need to check that out. Talk that through.
So I'm in a relationship. I guess you're going to say at some point in the show that we can always find something to be thankful for.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm going to say.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. It's such what she would say. It's not always that easy, though, Mom.
No, it is that easy. It's a choice that you make to say, yes, I'm thankful for it. I mean, I can move. I can bat my eyes. I can see something. So you can find some things to be thankful for. Now, whether the relationship's going well or not, that might take some time. Yes.
You know what? Fortunately for me, you make it really easy for me to express. Move back out. You make it really easy for me to express gratitude and be grateful.
Oh, wow, that's so sweet. You too.
I often start my day with, Lord, you're not up here when I do my devotion. You're downstairs. So, Lord, thank you for my wife. Hey, honestly, I very seldom mention you, but
you're brought into this world.
I know that's thankful, but hey, so, Lord, thank you for my wife, and I often tell you, I am thankful for you.
You do, and I think I do the same.
It's not a contest.
No, it's not. It's not a contest. I was just trying to say, do I actually do that?
Reciprocity.
Right. I actually do that.
I'm on the board 3-1.
Okay.
Probably 3-1.
Okay.
Well, to
I
be
don't
fair,
know.
Mom's she's quite amazing. She can deal with a lot, I will say.
A lot of other people?
In the sense, what I'm saying is, you got a lot to be thankful for, Mom.
Wow. All right. So, Teresa, we talked about how gratitude aligns our hearts with God's will. And I know this is a big part of what you're going to talk about. Gratitude and joy and peace comes not from our circumstances. You know, that's why people talk a lot of times about being happy, and that's kind of circumstantial.
Yeah, a lot of
but
times
not
it is.
joy.
Right.
Got that joy.
Down in my heart.
Down in my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I heard today?
Was it the song I was singing?
No, I heard something else today. At work, one of the execs talked about meaning over happiness.
Okay.
And I thought that was very
I don't
interesting.
understand. Meaning?
Saying that, like, we oftentimes will, the example he gave was like a baby, you have a child, and
Well, yeah,
the child.
right. I have one right here.
The child's keeping, let's talk about a baby. You have a newborn baby. They're keeping you up at night. They won't go to sleep. They don't want to eat. They've got issues. They can't communicate because they can't talk. Are you really happy in that moment? Probably not. But what you're doing has a bigger purpose. It has a lot of meaning to it. So what he talked about was like seeking meaning over happiness.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was a different
I like
take.
that. Yeah, I like that. I do. You know, science confirms what Scripture has always taught.
Okay.
You know, a thankful heart brings life to the soul and strength to the relationship.
Wow. Okay. So when I think about gratitude, and are we going to confine this to the context of relationships, or are you going to go broader?
Well, we're going to stay with relationships for a while now. If we want to step out of there, we can, but I love to stay with the relationships.
So when I think about gratitude in a relationship,
Well, what your question is, because we're talking about relationships, romantic and non-romantic. Are you saying, is that what you meant?
well, no, I meant, are we going to talk about gratitude? Yeah, I guess in a sense, in every relationship.
Relationship, not just marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and we are?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
are.
Yeah, just relationships.
If only y'all had sent me the notes
Yeah.
and made me read them, I wouldn't know where we're going.
Well, that's not my
on you.
responsibility. That's
on
not
y'all.
my responsibility.
Hey, but you know what? I'm thankful just the same. You see what I did? You see what I did there? I'm still thankful. Okay, so go, Teresa.
So relational benefits.
Relational benefits. Okay.
Yeah, let's just talk about that. Of course, I'm always going with what research shows, and I think you said it strengthens, or it will strengthen, or we can strengthen the bonds of a relationship. But Proverbs, and I love the Proverbs, it says it beautifully. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up bones. And that's Proverbs 17:22. So there's something about this gratitude thing, being thankful, that's going to help your emotional mindset. Yeah, you know. And we don't want a crushed spirit and, you know, to feel that way, because that dries up the bones. That's not a positive. But yeah, that's one of the things. So, and also when we express gratitude toward one another, let's see, who was that? Paul models this when he says, I thank God for every time I remember you. And he was talking to the Philippians at that time. So Philippians 1:3. So gratitude reminds us of the gift of each other.
So there's so many things, and you tell me if you're going to touch on this later, but when I think about gratitude, I think about a foundational principle I want to share, and I would encourage you to model. Reward the behavior you want repeated.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Reward the behavior you want repeated. One time I said that, Teresa, I remember you said, well, that's a parenting thing.
Yeah, I did say that, but it made it definitely, I mean, it could be in any relationship.
I think it has to be, because people treat you how you teach them. Like you teach people how to treat you.
So what many of us do is we tend to be quick to speak up about things we don't like. But when a partner in a relationship or somebody at work is doing what we like, we default to why would I say anything? They're just doing what's expected of them. So we make the mistake of not rewarding. What do I mean? I don't mean go out and buy something necessarily. I mean verbally saying, oh, wow, thank you. Wow, I really appreciate this. Rewarding the behavior we want repeated that, and I hope this doesn't sound negative, right? But that trains people how to interact with you. And it's the opposite of the crushed spirit, right? It's the opposite of me doing something and you not showing any gratitude. It basically says you don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it teaches me to do the opposite of continuing to do the behavior that you like.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
So, Dad, you were talking about with couples how it's important to express when somebody does something well, because we don't tend to think about that because we're like, oh, it's expected. So I want Mom to kind of tell us what's the difference between gratitude versus appreciation, because that almost... like, I don't know. Is that appreciation? Is it gratitude?
There is a little difference. Yeah, there is a little difference. At the core, gratitude is acknowledgement of benefits received. Does that make sense? Okay. It focuses on what someone has done for you or how you've been positively impacted by circumstances or others. Does that make sense?
Okay. So, yes. So, for example, you have done something for me, and this is going to get tricky, and I express my appreciation for that, but it's really not appreciation, it's gratitude. Is that what we're saying?
That's what you're saying. Here's an example. I'm grateful you supported me when I was stressed last week.
But don't most people say, I appreciate you for...
Well, sometimes.
You know, I don't know if
they're close.
I'm about to say, I don't know if there is a distinction between gratitude
I'm going to give you a
appreciation.
distinction.
Well, no, I'm looking at... Well, let me say this. Okay, I'm looking at the outline. I'm looking at the definition of appreciation. And now I'm like, maybe the episode should have been about appreciation, not gratitude. Appreciation, it says appreciation goes beyond receiving. It's about valuing someone's inherent qualities or presence. It's less about the act and more about the person. Example, I really appreciate your patience and kindness. It makes me feel safe. That seems more important than gratitude.
Mom's a clinician.
Okay.
She put the episode notes together.
Okay.
Let's follow her lead. Hey.
Well, what do you think, Mom? That's...
Well, when I went through this, I thought, well, that is quite close. You know, it is. But I wanted to go ahead.
The episode to appreciation.
I got where you were going. Gratitude is basically, these are my words.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. It's interesting. I think I see the problem.
Okay.
Each of the people up here have masters. I finished the 6th grade.
Okay. You have the bachelor's.
Dad, you have a bachelor's degree. Quit playing.
So that means I finished the 6th grade.
No,
To get a bachelor's degree, you have to finish the 6th grade.
Okay.
Just let me tell the story.
Okay.
I see the problem. Both people up here have masters, and you guys are not able to explain this so people like myself can understand this. Let me help. So gratitude is basically a thank you for something you've done. Hey, Elizabeth, the way you're being quiet now while I'm talking, I want to express my gratitude. I want to express my gratitude for you.
Okay.
Whereas appreciation is more just, even if you don't do anything, I appreciate
who
you
are.
value
You know
that
what?
person.
I'm actually doing the wrong thing.
You
with
are
then.
appreciating
You're
me.
I should be appreciating you.
You do. I think you've just been calling it
more
gratitude.
than expressing gratitude.
Yeah, and I think you are.
I think that's what I'm saying. You do it. I think you've just been calling it gratitude. So that's why I was like, maybe the episode needs to be about appreciation and not gratitude. But I do think.
So do you see the
like
gratitude is more on the external?
Gratitude? It sounds like.
Did you?
About the act.
It's about the
It's
act.
the act.
Appreciation is you're
It's about inherently.
Yeah.
You're inherently appreciating the person.
So gratitude then strengthens the bond that you have by recognizing a specific act of kindness, and appreciation is what's going to deepen the bond.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like taking gratitude to the next personal level.
I like that.
I do too.
But I do like then how we're focusing on gratitude because that's where it starts. You can't appreciate because, you know, if we are the
Exactly.
what's that? Oh my gosh, we talked about this in elementary school. It was like your thoughts become your words become your actions become your character. So if you can't appreciate somebody's actions, then how can you get to the point where you appreciate who they are?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It does. It does make sense.
So it sounds like we're saying that gratitude is kind of step one. Hey, it's easy to say thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just common courtesy. And then the next step would be appreciation when you go a little bit deeper. You didn't do anything for me in that moment, but I just appreciate you. God gave me you. You're here. We're both here. I'm appreciative of the relationship. I understand.
Right. So using both of those, they create more of a holistic sense of being seen, valued, and cherished.
I understand.
See how they pull? They need to be together.
So I want to talk about kind of the practical way that I coach, and I'm not sure what you're doing in the counseling room.
Okay.
Couples to express this. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about this later. I want to get to the point about Dr. Willard Harley, one of my favorite resources, one of my favorite individuals, and his writings on how he talks about expressing, is it gratitude or appreciation?
I think it's both.
Let's
but keep going.
It seems like they're intertwined.
They are.
So,
Have to be.
If you're in a relationship, I think this is helpful, whatever the relationship, but especially if you're married, you're dating, you're engaged, you ought to be thinking about building your relationship library. Resources, books, materials that you're going to collect the rest of your marriage, because you want to be a lifelong learner if you're going to be in a great relationship, not a good one, but a great one. So one of the books I'd recommend starting with, and one of the authors that I really love, Teresa, we share his stuff all the time, is the author's Dr. Willard Harley. Willard Harley. The book I want to recommend to you is His Needs, Her Needs. His Needs, Her Needs. But I want to dig down to a part of the book that hits to the topic about gratitude and appreciation. I'm going to condense the book, right, or this section of it. Dr. Harley argues that one of the main reasons for divorce in America, probably beyond, is because people have a built-in, now you may not be doing it intentionally, some people may be, people have a built-in love bank. Think about your checking account. Think about this. So every interaction you have with another individual, that interaction either makes a deposit or a withdrawal. That's the term love bank. And so what happens in a relationship is when people aren't conscious of this, after interaction after interaction after interaction, their bank has insufficient funds.
Yeah.
And so then the bank account gets closed, i.e. you divorce, because you are, what's the word?
Unbalanced.
Exhausted.
Yeah,
Unbalanced. Exhausted.
Overdrawn is the word I'm looking for.
Overdrawn.
Oh, okay. You're looking for a bank term.
I was looking for a bank term.
Good.
Because you're overdrawn. So follow me on this. This is super important. So here's what Dr. Harley teaches.
And I wouldn't say divorce. I would say a disconnect. Probably not the
You
divorce.
may not go all the way to divorce.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent point.
Yeah.
So what he says is this. Since we are sinful human beings placed together in close proximity, we're selfish by nature, right?
We are.
You're going to automatically, without thinking about it, make withdrawals.
Yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth, be quiet. Or, hey, Elizabeth, whatever you might say, that's going to make a withdrawal.
Yeah.
You don't mean any harm, maybe. You didn't know it was making a withdrawal. So here's what you got to do. Remember we talked about earlier, reward what you want repeated? So you've got to be very intentional, very, very, very intentional making deposits, because withdrawals are just going to happen.
What happened to the intentional sign that was on the table?
I actually took it off because I thought you were going to say something. Why you got that sign there?
Why?
I did.
Put the sign back.
Okay, regroup.
Put the sign back.
That's okay. That's okay. So let me use a real life example of how this played out. Sometimes when Teresa and I are working with couples, we will split up and she'll take the ladies and I'll take the men. So I was doing this one weekend at a function we were doing, at a seminar retreat kind of thing we were doing, and I was talking to the men about, it was really a session about conflict and the importance of having real conversations with your wife. And the men were saying, like, and I know we're talking about gratitude and appreciation, but this is going to make sense. The men were saying, hey, Jim, I can't say that to my wife. You know, my wife wouldn't receive that well. She wouldn't take it well. Hey, if I said that to my wife and they said stupid stuff that I hate for men to say, I'll be sleeping on the couch. That's a whole nother subject. I'm not
That is
sleeping on the
another
couch.
subject. I don't know why you would
what are you talking
resign
about?
from
I'm not
the
afraid of
couch,
my
yeah.
wife. I'm not going to be sleeping on the couch. So, or my wife will use sex or the lack thereof to punish me if I say that. Now, these were not.
should never be used.
Which should never be. Thank you. Which should never be used. These weren't harsh things. But here's a question the men asked me. The men said, "How are you able to say those things to your wife?" Now, this is before I understood the love bank principle, right? It's just It was just how we interacted. So I said, hey, guys, I've never really thought about this. When Teresa gets back in here with your wives, why don't we ask her? So Teresa comes back in. Hey, Teresa, the guys just asked this question. I've shared some of our honest conversations and frank conversations, and they said those are things that they can't say to their wives. And they want to know.
You brought the wives back in there too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because Teresa returned.
That's funny.
Yeah. Why is that funny?
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, yeah, the wives were in there. I'm like, hey, here's what we talked about while y'all were gone. You need to hear this.
Yeah.
So the guys want to know, how am I able to get away? Another term.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
How am I able to say these things to you and you not be bothered? So Teresa said that, I know what she was going to say, by the way, because I never really thought about it. So Teresa said this, my husband, it'll be me, he's so kind to me. He says so many kind things to me that I guess those things that you might consider harsh, I've never really considered them harsh, but I guess those things are covered up in the abundance of gratitude and words of appreciation. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
So the point I'm making is why you've got to reward what you want to be.
I might have said when he goes through some crazy phase, I don't look at it. That might be what I said. Did I say it like that?
Just don't add on it.
When I'm thinking, wow, that's not the man I know, so he can't be talking to me, or
actually, you might have said that.
Something like that. When he goes on the crazy side, yeah. I just know he has been so sweet to me and so kind to me that I just overlook that and I move on.
So the point we're making is about the love bank principle.
Yeah.
Because now again, I'm not intentionally thinking this through at the time.
Oh, yeah.
But now I am more intentional, and I would encourage you to be super intentional. You're going to say, my wife's words, not my stupid stuff. Well, I think you said crazy.
I said crazy. I did.
Yeah. So there are going to be times when you're going to do that. Agree? So if you're going to do that, hey, and here's an unfortunate thing. One negative outburst, see, it's not dollar for dollar. I'm putting in $100 and I've only taken out $90, so I still got $10. No. You put in $1 million and then you said a couple of crazy things, you just withdrew $1.5 million. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So this is how you want to think about it. Now. Help me, because this sounds kind of not conniving, not manipulative. That's the word I'm looking for. Hey, Jim, it sounds like you're saying I need to be saying good stuff, so I got my get out of jail free card when I say stupid stuff. That's not what I'm saying.
That's not at all what I heard. But I think we have to. I think it's just good relationship. I don't know. I liken a lot of things in romantic relationships to business, I guess, and that could be a good or bad thing. But I think that that's just great relationship management. It's understanding that, like, we're human. We're all going to have off days. But you want to make sure that you're continually encouraging, especially your partner, the person who's doing life with you. You want to make sure that you're always encouraging and depositing into that bank. And I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. One negative outburst can blow your entire.
It's not complete. It's not completely all of it.
But
you said you have $1 million and then a negative outburst takes.
I said a couple, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear a couple. I heard $1 million.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I don't think you're getting the negative from it.
Well, so you don't agree that the negative weighs heavier than the positive? 1 to 1.
I don't agree. I think
I don't think that's even debatable.
It depends on what it is. I don't think the negative weighs heavier than the positive.
Well, I'm going to say...
Wait, let me finish this one. Because depending on what the topic is, but I also think this principle applies in friendships. It's the same thing. Any type of relationship, whether it's parents to children, it's friend to friend. I think that... because I kind of think about our relationship.
Okay. Well, let's think about our relationship. So, hey, Elizabeth, wow, you've done an amazing job with your grades this semester. Wow, this is so impressive. Okay, can we agree that's good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me the next day, the next week, Elizabeth, you can't get anything right. I can't believe how stupid stuff you do. Are you saying that doesn't override times 10 the positive thing I told you earlier?
To be fair, you would never say that to me.
Well, we're not,
but
that's beside the point.
But I'm looking at this through our lens and our experience. So, yeah, I guess if you... and then that also comes down to good communication skills, too.
Let me say this.
I don't think you'd ever say something like that.
I would never say that to you, but that's not the point.
The point is this, is a negative doesn't carry the same weight as a positive.
That's the point.
It will not mentally. It will not.
And you think they do?
No, I was just using your analogy. I didn't think it blew it out the wall. I didn't think it had that much more weight.
Well, let me just say this.
Well, I think the answer is relative to each person.
Yes, that's fair.
I think
that's
fair. It is relative to each person, but a negative definitely hits us harder than a positive.
I do.
So it does take away a little bit more. I can say that. It's just the way
I agree with that. Yeah, it was that analogy that got me off. But
yeah, it hurts.
That it does hurt more. I just didn't think that it hurt that much more. Well, they don't both hurt, but I didn't think it hurt. Yeah, I didn't think it cost more.
So are you rethinking your?
No, I agree with Mom that a negative comment does hit harder than a positive one. And that's just my experience being on social media. I can have 100 positive comments.
It only takes one.
It only takes one negative one
to throw us off.
Yeah. And I have had to spend a lot of time reframing the way that I look at negative comments and just like the impact that they have. But, I guess... Yeah, I'm going to take my statement back because I do think in that example, there is almost like a visceral reaction that you have to something like that you can't immediately control. And that's what makes like negative comments online, like cyberbullying, all of that very elusive and very hard to deal with. But in the context of a relationship, now I would hope that it wouldn't be at the level that it is with me on social media and a random stranger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's kind of the point that I'm making. It's like, well, yeah, in your analogy, I could see that with social media where it's like I had $2 million in the bank, that negative comment wiped out $1.5 million, right?
Yeah.
But in a relationship, I would hope if I had $2 million in the bank, that negative comment, let's say maybe it took out $500K. I would hope it wouldn't be that big.
So here's the thing. I see your point, and I don't just totally disagree with you. So in the context of our relationship, not strangers, not people we don't have relationships with, there is... I can't think of anything Teresa could say or do. Well, I mean, we've been together 44 years. It's not a good example.
Well, I was looking at, and we're also, father and daughter, so it's different, and mother and daughter. But I was thinking about our relationship. I feel like as a family, we have really tough conversations with each other. And that's in part because of, we're able to do that because of the relationship that we've built. And then just the way that you've always taught us to look at conflict. Like, conflict is not a bad thing. It's as I said in another episode, which I say this all the time, conflict is an opportunity to deepen connection. And
this is another thing you say all the time that I'm not sure I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, she has said that. And let's get back to Dr. Hart.
Thank you.
Let's get back to Dr. Harley. I think we
talked about his needs, her needs,
right? The love bank, and how important it is to deposit into the bank and not the withdrawals. You're going to have enough withdrawals already with life in general. A lot of withdrawals because of our human nature. However, we want to be really careful with that because this is somebody you have decided to be with.
That's why I was saying in the context of a relationship, it shouldn't.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So
you're gonna have the withdrawals, but they shouldn't be that big.
There's nothing you could say. I can't imagine something you could say or do to completely deplete our bank.
Right.
However, I got to think back.
Well, let me say, that's not something I ever want to do.
Yeah, I understand. But I got to...
There is an example that you shared. Was it on a previous episode?
What else?
Yeah.
What else?
You talked about how the conversation that you all had when we lost everything, and Mom said out of character.
I did.
She said, "This is your fault."
That's a great
I did
example.
say that.
Yeah.
That's a great example.
But that wasn't about.
But what's your
that
point?
wasn't
But that-
about.
But is that not a statement that's not considered a negative
let me tell the story. Let me tell the story.
Look, don't go too far in the story. Just
Ma, he can tell the story.
okay.
Let me tell the story. So the story is, in the process of us going bankrupt, losing our real estate investment business, which we had built over the last 6 or 7 years, the 20 team members that we had working with us, in the process of losing all of that. And by the way, this was a decision that we talked about. It wasn't like I went out secretly and started a real estate investment business. It was the conclusion that we came to together. In the process
after
of this,
much,
Yes.
we talked about it. I wasn't on board at the beginning, right? And we eventually got on board.
Maybe that's a whole nother.
No, I
show.
eventually
maybe I
got
talked
on
you
board.
into it. I hope I didn't talk you
Well,
into it. That's not good.
I think I came to an understanding that this is something that you needed to do, and I wanted you to do it.
But see, that's troubling to me because it was something we did that we wanted to do. But that we'll get back.
Well,
to that.
I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
But the point of the story is about.
But you were the lead on
about
it.
what people say is, you said to me in the process of us losing everything.
I did.
Something you wanted to do, where you said, "I would be able to do this." And we wouldn't be in this situation if you hadn't lost all of our money.
I did say that.
Now, the point, I think why Elizabeth brought that up, based on our history together and based on the deposits that you had made into this relationship, that did not even come close to bankrupting or overdrawing our account.
Yeah.
Is that why you brought that up?
That's exactly why I brought it
That
up.
was
I
a
wanted to
crazy
give real
moment. That was a
example.
crazy moment for
You
me.
explain yourself. You explain yourself.
Well, we all have crazy moments.
Absolutely, that's the thing. Yes.
That's the whole point of this. That's why you need gratitude.
Now,
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, let me say something to the men in particular. Man, Jim, how would I respond if my wife said that? What did you say that to me? Or what did you say to her when she said that to you? Here was my response. I talk a lot about personal responsibility on here, and I have acknowledged on previous shows, hey, everything that happens in this family is my responsibility. Wife acting crazy, on me. Kids not listening when they were, small kids, on me, right? That's just how I function. I look in the mirror before I look out the window. So when Teresa said, we wouldn't be in this situation if you hadn't lost all our money, do you know what I said?
I do.
Have you ever heard the story?
Yeah.
So what I said was, Teresa, you exactly right. I did lose all of our money. Now, even though we made the decision together,
We did.
But it's no point in going like, at that point, I'm not going like, but we talked about it and we sit down and you were on board. No, I'm just doubling down. You're right. I lost all of our money. That's on me. Just like I made decisions that had you driving around in new Mercedes and flying back and forth to Hawaii. That was also on me. I'm not going to always get it right. So I accept the good and the bad. And obviously we know, hey, it's God's blessings, and that's how we get.
We understand that.
I'm
Yes.
not able to manipulate this myself.
Right.
But the point was, I didn't go like, I can't believe you said this. I can't.
Yeah.
Teresa, when we up here, if you want to,
That's
go
what you're
If
saying.
you want to keep the
on
analogy,
me.
yeah.
When we down here, on me. I accept full responsibility for wherever we are.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of a heavy load to carry.
it's what we do.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So-
You don't understand to walk in my shoes. It's what men do. I mean, hey, all right,
It's what men should do. Because what you're saying, I don't know if a lot of people do it.
You can't.
And I was going to bring this up earlier, going back to gratitude. I hear, there was this whole time on social media, it was super popular. I don't know if men still say this, but men used to say, I want a woman who's going to be my peace. And what that made
What
me...
is that?
It's like a whole thing. And so what that made me think about when you were talking about this love bank, and my friend and I, we've talked about this as well. We were just talking about how what that says is, because you said every interaction is either making a deposit or a withdrawal. Mm-hmm. If you need someone else to be your peace, that means that you have had so many interactions that have withdrawn so much from you that you now want to take someone else's peace. I think you're almost like, or you're putting the responsibility of your peace on
somebody else.
And the only person who's responsible for that is you.
Absolutely. Nobody else can do that for you.
Men say, what did you say the saying?
Be
First,
my
one
peace.
who can be my
peace.
Be my peace. Wow.
Is that saying, I want a woman who's not going to cause confusion, or is it literally saying, I want a woman who's going to be the source of my peace?
It's a great question.
Well,
I've
maybe
heard it talked about in both lights.
Okay.
And I'm sure it is both like you don't. He sounds like he was saying he doesn't want the chaotic life that he's had.
Well, nobody wants that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not the responsibility of another person.
Right.
The only person that can correct that is him.
Yeah.
He can do that.
And that's my issue with the statement, because it feels like it's putting
Too much pressure on somebody else.
Well, it's putting not too much pressure. It's putting pressure on someone else that shouldn't be their responsibility to carry that weight.
I agree.
So here are the takeaways. You want to be very intentional making deposits, expressing gratitude and appreciation.
Yeah, and I just want to say that shouldn't be a major deal if you're in a relationship. I should be wanting the best for my partner, and my partner should be wanting the best for me.
And if that's not the relationship that you in,
it seems like something is not going well.
Deeper.
Yeah, something's not
broken.
good. Right. So continue on. I'm sorry.
Be very intentional with expressing gratitude, understanding that you're going to unintentionally make withdrawals. So you want your love bank to be full. Okay, now here's the other thing I want you to understand from this. Where you are in your relationship is going to impact how big the withdrawals are.
Yeah.
See, there are things now, and that example may seem like a harsh thing. I didn't consider that harsh at all, but it's probably because of my relationship with you. But there are things that can happen in a relationship at year 5, year 10, that might have derailed the whole relationship at month 1 or month 3. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. So hopefully you are growing together where I extend, well, I guess it's not right to say grace has to be earned. That defeats grace as unmerited favor. So
right.
But with humans, I tend to extend more grace. Wow, this sounds bad. Let me do it like this.
Say it anyway.
Let me do it like this.
Yeah.
Elizabeth looks like the kind of person who would extend more grace as you earn it, rather than doing like God and extending unmerited favor that we don't deserve.
Now, I will qualify that statement with, I do think that people in your life, I don't know if this is unfortunate or not, people in my life have levels. They exist at levels. So what I would extend to someone else, someone I've known since preschool, let's say, or college, is different than what I would extend to somebody I just met 2 days ago.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. But in general, you would want, because the person is a human being, you would care for them to some extent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think then it would be like, well, and this is a question I was going to ask, because in that example I just gave, would I continue that relationship with that person?
Well,
so, hey, maybe
on what happened.
Well, that's the point I'm making. It's like, and it would depend on, what I'm saying is it would depend on what happened. It would depend on the level that they are in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just using levels. It's not like I have like actual defined levels in my head. But what I'm saying is, so if there's an offense that happens with someone who I met 2 days ago, then hey, yeah, there's going to be grace, there's going to be forgiveness, there's going to be understanding, but that doesn't mean there's going to be reconciliation. It doesn't mean we're going to continue being friends.
Hey, so let me ask you this question. If you're newly married, and we define that, or I define that as the first 8 years, if you're newly married, let me ask you a question. Were you more tolerant with behavior, words, and actions that you didn't like while you were dating than you are now that you are married?
And that's the question I was going to ask, is like, what's the difference if you're dating, right? The negative action, right? That withdrawal is, there's more weight on it, I think, when you're dating, because you're still deciding if this
But here's the problem. There should be more weight on it when you're dating. But here's what I've seen in my experience. While we're dating, I let this slide.
A little pretending goes on.
Once we're married, Okay, while we're dating, the line's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get married, the line like right here. This is what I've observed, which makes no sense. It's backwards.
Yeah.
So while we're dating, Teresa doesn't like this word.
Exactly. Probably not. But go
While
ahead and
we're
say it.
dating, I'm interviewing her.
Oh my goodness.
Or I'm gonna do like this.
He has said that over the years.
With Dad, because, and I will say this is something I just like in the last like month or two after my last breakup, I learned about this. It's like everything finally clicked that you guys have been saying, that I've been like learning after my divorce. But I do think when you're dating somebody, neither one of you is auditioning. Right. So I'm not trying to, that's where the pretending comes in, right? Because we think we're auditioning. Oh, like I want this person to like me. But I think you're both interviewing. I would say both of you are interviewing.
And similar, obviously it's hard to, make the parallel between a relationship and a job interview. But just like going to a job interview. Now,
We're both interviewing
I understand
each other.
desperate, I need a job. I get that, right? Hopefully that's not how you're in a relationship. Desperate need a man, desperate need a woman. So in an interview setting, ideally, I would be interviewing you, the job offerer, and you would be interviewing me.
Yes. And you're calling it interview. I was just observant.
Okay, that's your word.
That's my word.
Potato.
Yeah, that was my
that's
word.
your word.
I observed, and there were some criteriums that I had, and I was just observing to see if that's who you are.
So the whole idea behind gratitude and appreciation, I think it should start, and did for us early on. Early on in the relationship, we set the foundation. And again, we ain't read Dr. Harley, we ain't read his needs, her needs.
And
It's
really,
nothing but God.
Yeah, that's very true.
yeah, I was just so in love. I was just not thinking straight.
You letting stuff slide? No.
Well,
No.
I was very much
I was intentional. Yes, but I was in love.
Well,
It was, and like I say, sometimes you can be blinded by that.
okay,
but I
so
wasn't.
when you say you were in love, how quickly did you get there? Did you think you got there faster than I did?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
You express that?
No, I don't express it yet.
So possibly while I'm still carefully looking, you've already reached your conclusion.
Oh yeah, I had reached my conclusion.
No, because I don't know when you
the
reach
best.
your conclusion, and I don't know when I reached.
I can't remember, tell the truth, when I reached my conclusion.
We dated for 4 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll pick that up on another show.
Another show. Let's go.
Okay, so gratitude and appreciation, the love bank. I mean, to me, that's the key piece of practical application. If you do nothing else, be very intentional about, and this gets into another book. I was about to say the term words of affirmation, but that's another book. Just be very careful and intentional about expressing gratitude and appreciation.
Absolutely. And like I say, it's not just in a couple relationship, that it could be a friendship, or it could be just a human being interaction, like you said, at job, at work.
It could be like we were at where were we? Was it dinner the other day? I can't remember, but the point being, clear my plate. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Bring my meal. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Basic humanity.
That's just
common
Yes.
courtesy.
Yeah.
There it is, common courtesy, and we've lacked that lately in our world. But we really do need common courtesy and kindness.
I'll tell you, and again, I don't have ulterior motives, but I will tell you this, what I find very freeing, when I am so kind and affirming, expressing gratitude and appreciation, I find myself feeling really comfortable with having the hard conversations. Do you think, is that, I won't say universally true, is that true for more people, you think? So some people may think the opposite. Jim, you're always saying nice things. I've had people tell me this, like, I can't imagine you played college football. Even when I was playing, you are too nice a guy, so they thought, to play college sports, especially offensive line where it's real nasty, dirty.
Yeah.
Right? So I think some people are like, being kind and saying kind words and expressing gratitude. Do you think some people feel like that would make it harder for me to have hard conversations?
I would think it would make it.
I know it makes it easier, but I'm saying, do you think some people would think?
Well, some people probably would think it would. Well, no, I think they could receive it. I think they could receive it because they have a connection to you.
I would say, based on Dad's example about him playing football, though, it sounds like they might view that as a weakness or something that's
the Candace,
because they're basically saying like, how could you play this strong, like, very very, very labor intensive physical position, but still say nice things. So to me, it seems like they think that the expressing gratitude somehow detracts from your strength, thus making it weakness.
I think maybe that is what people think, but it doesn't. It should.
It doesn't. Absolutely.
No,
and then in that particular example, what people didn't understand, without getting, hey, I'm not a psychologist, right?
But you had a job to do on the field.
Well, here's the term I was going to use. You flipped a switch.
You flipped a switch. Yeah.
I mean, I think I am super, super nice. But hey, I've gotten thrown out of a football game for kicking somebody in the stomach. Not proud of that.
I hope you know. Really, I don't remember you telling me about that.
Games. This was in high school. Before I matured, became,
The 3 years later?
Then when I was in college, I understood how to kick people without getting caught. But no, I'm joking. But no, so what else do we have?
So we're going to give you 12 things that you can do right now, right? Because I'm very big on actionable takeaways. These are things you can start doing right now to express gratitude towards someone that you care about.
Wow.
All right.
Well, did I say 12? I said 7. You said 12.
You said 12.
I meant to say 7.
You sure did say 12.
I was thinking they only paid for 7.
I don't think there's 12.
This is for you.
Okay. It's only 7. I don't know where the 12 came from. It's 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's
7 ways. Tell me again, what are we talking about?
7 actions that you can take to express gratitude towards someone that you care about, someone who's important to you. So, Mom, tell us the first one.
Okay. Speak thankful words.
Which sounds so obvious.
Say because I ain't sure what you just said. Speak thankful words. What does that mean?
Say thank you.
Well, why you just say that?
Say thank you for small things. For instance, sometimes you will run my bath, right? And
I run my bath practically every day. It's not a competition. We're not keeping it.
Well, yeah, but anyway, so thank you.
Does she ever?
She does run your bath too.
But has she been saying thank you?
I do say thank you.
This is not the time for us to sort this out. Go ahead. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Okay, say thank you. So sometimes you make coffee. I do say thank you. Doing chores.
Sometimes
like you started clothes this morning. Mm-hmm. I didn't say thank you on that, but I do want to thank you for that. So just doing the simple things, just being present also is just thank you. Sometimes I can wake up and I say, thank you for loving me.
You do say that.
I do. Because I truly mean that. Because I can get sick of myself, so I know you can get sick of me.
Okay, so number 1, 7 steps. What's the thing?
7 actions. 7 ways to show gratitude.
7 ways to show gratitude. Say thank you.
Mm-hmm,
yes, that's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I don't want to gloss over that so fast because, like you said, do we have to? But I was going to say, do we have to even cover that? That's not you don't already know that. Put that in the comments, Jim. I don't know why y'all covering this one. Y'all could have done 6 things because.
You know why I think it is important to cover, especially now? Because I think we can get so focused on being on our phone, talking on the phone, texting, reading the news, whatever it is. We can get so caught up in what we're doing that you forget
you
to
just
say
don't
thank
do
you.
it.
You just don't think about it.
Yeah, you just don't think about it.
I don't know again, I don't know if that's happened to me, but maybe. The only time I remember this happening to me, like a very specific thing, and I don't know what this was. This is when I was in I was in high school. I was in 9th grade. And they had like this ice cream day. And now this goes back to me and like growing up plus size body image issues. I was like on a diet or something at the time. And I was so like set on showing everybody that I wasn't going to eat the ice cream. Like I was going to get it and give it to somebody else that I didn't think to say thank you. But what one of the teachers said after that, she told us in class like later that day, she said not a single woman that day said thank you. She said a lot of guys who came up and got their ice cream said thank you, but not a single girl in the class who got that ice cream said thank you. And this was the entire grade. It wasn't just that one class. It was the entire grade. And I thought that was so interesting. But when I think about it, it's like, I was in my head about, well, I don't want people to see me eating this ice cream because, you're plus size. You're not supposed to eat anything when you're plus size. At least, again, that was my mentality at that time.
I'm sorry.
That's not on you, Mom. That's on society and standards and all those things. That's another episode. But, you think about, we're chatting to each other, we're just like talking about our day or whatever it is. Like I don't think that we were on our phones at that time, but we're hanging out with our girlfriends or just like yapping, that we completely forgot. So I just thought that was interesting.
All right.
Another thing is you can leave.
Number 2.
This is number 2. Yes, you can leave notes.
Or
messages, sometimes, and you can send texts these days now, right? You can just send a text.
The last 50 years, maybe?
Okay.
But go ahead. Okay.
To Mom's point, it hasn't been 50 years since you can send text messages.
Okay, but anyway, sometimes that's great, especially when your husband is getting ready to go on a trip or your wife's getting ready to go on a trip. Just, slip something in there to say.
No, wait a minute. You can send messages. Okay, say thank you. Number 2, send messages, but I mean...
Leave notes or messages.
You can do voice messages now, too.
You can. Leave.
That's not new.
Leave notes.
I'm not saying it's new. I'm just saying, like, Mom keeps saying leave notes. I'm kind of, like, bringing in the technology aspect of it. And I can't believe... First of all, I can't believe I'm the one who's going to bring this up. It should be one of them bringing it up because it's their story. When you guys were dating, you would write Mom letters. You all wrote letters back and forth.
We sure did.
You would call Mom, and it was the point I'm making is there was no FaceTime. You guys were a few hours away, but again, that's different. Today we have FaceTime. Today we have all these ways to stay connected. Mm-hmm. They found ways to stay connected and to show appreciation for each other.
So, are you being any more specific? Share messaging is maybe what I'm going to say this, but to what end?
It's like I used to get cards from my friends, like just random cards.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Thinking of you,
not necessarily thank you cards.
No, thinking of you. Yeah. Thinking of you.
You just say something.
Thinking of you. I'm so grateful for you. Those kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see.
This is what Proverbs.
Say thank you. Send messages.
Okay, and under that, Proverbs says, "Remind us, help remind us. Gracious words are honeycomb, or like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones." You like that Proverbs? That's Proverbs 16:24. I love that.
Gratitude is healing.
Mm-hmm. It is. Number 3.
Okay.
Acts of service.
Now,
this is probably one of my favorite. I'm very big on it. If you don't want to do it, don't say it. And if you don't have the intention, basically, what is it? Do what you say you're going to do, and if you don't have any intention of doing it, don't say it.
That's integrity.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
And then that's like what I expect. What I would appreciate even more is I don't even have to ask you to do it. You don't even have to say it. You just do it. Things that like when you started the clothes, like Mom said, you started the clothes this morning. That to me that's an act of service.
It is an act of service. It's assisting me that it's time for laundry and get it done. Absolutely. But now I'm going to say this. Sometimes men don't process like women. So they don't see certain things. Women don't see maybe some things that they might be thinking or whatever.
Now, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
What's on my mind, whether or not I notice that the laundry basket is full or not, has a lot to do with what else I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
And the conversations, I guess that would go down to communication and that kind of like, and this could be another episode, but that kind of level setting where maybe we need to have an episode where we talk couples through how do you have a level setting conversation with each other.
So let us know, is that something you think would be helpful? Do you want to see that episode? Again, we encourage you to get involved, make this a dialogue. So in the comment sections, when you talk back to us, hey, more of this, less of that, none of this, some of that, we want to hear from you.
And also, I wanted to bring up sometimes let's say if you're not doing these things, you do have to be intentional. So if you have to put a reminder in your phone, do that because you want to start a new habit or do something different, and then until it becomes more natural to you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Okay.
Say thank you. What's the heading again? 7 things.
7 ways to show gratitude.
7 ways to show gratitude. Say thank you. Send messages. Do acts of service.
Yes.
Yes, that's
What's number
great.
4?
Okay. Express physical affection with intention. Physical expression with intention.
Physical affection.
Affection
With intent.
with intentions.
Okay.
So a warm hug.
Physical affection with intention of it leading to something else. Is
That's
that
not
what you're
what she
saying?
said.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, that's what I'm trying. What are you saying?
Well, all physical affection doesn't lead to a
That's why I'm
sexual
confused.
act.
That's why I'm
Thankful.
confused about what you're saying.
Let's say like you have I think this can happen with couples where you get into a flow or like a habit of doing something. Let's say you like always hug each other when you come home from work, but the more that you've done that, it's just kind of become a routine and you're not really thinking about it. So I think a way to kind of enact this would be to, instead of doing your usual, we hug, when we get home from work, take a moment and spend some time in the hug. Maybe
Right.
it's not a quick hug anymore. Maybe
It's a
She
more
said right
intentional
here. Is
hug.
that what you're saying?
It's exactly what I'm saying. It's a more intentional hug.
Hey, I read the notes.
Okay. Express physical affection. I'm just still stuck on
With
With
intention.
intention. Meaning, like, don't just do things because they're a habit or because you're supposed to do them.
Okay, you know, this helps me. So
Okay.
I know couples who, if they have 3 conversations in a row, they'll say, love you. Now, hey, I'm all in favor of saying I love you to your wife and husband, but that sounds kind of
Casual.
Casual.
Well,
Or
I
again,
casual.
like, just like rehearse.
Do you think
Right.
No,
what do you say about that?
I truly say, when I say love you, I truly say mean love you.
But I'm saying if every time we hung up the phone,
If you truly mean it, say it.
I think it's, well,
doesn't
it
the
goes back to
frequency
intention.
doesn't the frequency make it casual?
I think it's how you say it, though. To the example that I gave, it was like,
And the actions behind it, or
Yeah.
what you've been showing.
yeah, I'll tell my friends when I get off the phone with them, I tell them that I love them too. Like,
I'm not saying don't say it.
but the point I'm making is like, I think it's the way in which it's all about the actions, like Mom said. It's all about the actions behind it. It's all about the relationship that you've built with that person or with those people, to where it doesn't feel, and I guess too,
Superficial.
yeah, it doesn't feel
rehearsed.
superficial. But what Mom said, though, her example was express physical affection.
Right.
That's a different
No, okay,
example
you're right. I'm
because
sorry.
it's
You're
verbal.
right. That is what you
Yeah,
said.
that is
Express
verbal.
physical affection with intention.
Right.
That's what you said.
And that would make, that would
Okay.
clear that up.
All right. What's number 5? Is that
Okay.
all on 4?
That's 4.
That's for a prayer of gratitude together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A prayer of gratitude together.
Something
So begin and end the day with a short prayer thanking God for each other. That would be something nice.
Or you can maybe write a prayer together and both agree to pray that as part of your individual devotions. I know you're really big on writing out prayers.
Yeah.
Okay. That was number 5. Pray to have a prayer of gratitude together to begin and or end your day.
Yes.
Okay.
And number 5, celebrate.
Number 6.
6, yeah. Celebrate small wins. For instance, taking notice of something, an acknowledgement of achievement or something. Small wins.
My sister, your daughter, she's actually really good at this because I struggle to celebrate small wins because I feel like I've got somewhere I'm trying to go, and until I get there, this is taking me a long time to not think this way, but until I get where I'm trying to go, there's no point in celebrating. Or I just kind of like pass it by.
What about the
and choose.
journey, Elizabeth?
Well, I'm learning that now, but to be frank, growing up, this is the thing. If I said I was going to do something growing up, it got done. And it got done pretty quickly. But what I've learned as I've gotten older is all of your goals are not going to be able to be accomplished in a week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe not even a year. Like some goals really are going to take time. And so for you to achieve those really big God-sized goals, you do have to learn to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there, but I'm bringing this up because my sister, she's really good at helping me like pause and be like, You should be very proud of this. Like, celebrate this thing. This is a really big deal.
Absolutely.
She's really good at that.
Great.
I didn't realize that you struggle with that because you remember Don Hugdahl?
I know specifically what he said.
Once. He spent a week. So we moved from Memphis, Tennessee to Jackson, Mississippi. We're opening a new territory. And I had a manager, our home office was Minneapolis. He came down and rode with me for a week, part of my training. And this is the first time anybody ever told me this. He said, hey, Jim, you know the concern I have about you? No, Don, I don't. What? I know you had any concerns. Yeah. You don't celebrate your wins. And I was thinking as he was talking, why would I celebrate my wins until
when my goal
won?
is here, right?
But again, I took it to heart. I don't know that I got better at it. I'd like to think I got better. I don't do it well, and I don't do it naturally.
No, you don't.
It
has to be something.
Why I don't really celebrate my birthday?
I
have often wondered why you don't celebrate your birthday.
Yes.
That's one day I do celebrate.
I just haven't.
But I actually don't go. I really don't go all out, though. I will say that.
I mean, hey, I'm thankful I was born. But I don't see that as like some kind of semi-national holiday.
It is a blessing to be alive.
Now,
that's the way I look at it.
I'm a big believer in celebrating other people's birthdays.
Oh.
Yeah, I love celebrating your birthday.
That is interesting.
That is.
So I'm not against birthday celebrations.
It's just your own. Oh, there's some deep stuff there, Jim. We'll have to get to it.
Well, if only I knew a therapist. Okay.
Well, Mom shouldn't counsel you anyway, though.
I've been working on that for a little while.
Okay, so celebrate small wins. That was 6, number 6. What's number 7?
Listen with thankfulness.
Some of the things you're saying the answers are not so obvious to me.
This one is not as obvious.
So listen to other people with thankfulness. Listen to the voice of God. Listen to circumstances.
Okay. I know. Again, if you read the notes, yeah.
What the secret notes y'all got say?
So it says, show gratitude by giving full attention when your spouse speaks. Put away distractions and affirm what you hear.
But it's under the heading of what?
Listen with thankfulness.
Listen with thankfulness.
But how does that make me thankful?
I think it's like you're expressing that you're showing that you're thankful for their time. You're thankful. Yeah.
I agree.
I get that part.
That if I'm listening, I should be very intentional and very attentive.
But you're saying, how does that show thankfulness? Yeah. I think it does show. The only example I have is it shows you're thankful for that person's time. I think it could
or for that person, period. Yes.
And you're thankful as well. Like when people have something really like deep or raw and emotional that they want to share with me. Even like this is me and one of my friends. We tend to work. We'll do our own separate work, but on the phone together. Sometimes we'll just get on the phone, not talk, and work. And but when she says that she has something important, or she's like, "Hey, I really want to say this," I'll stop working. Like just that one little thing shows. Yeah. Whereas before we were having little conversations here and there while we're working that, okay, you don't remember it. That's like not really important. But when she says, "Hey, I want you to really hear this," then I will.
Yeah, well, it's like thankful that you're listening.
Yeah, I agree with the practice. I mean,
you just don't like the phrase, like the way it was presented.
I don't dislike it. I just didn't understand it. I mean, so this helps provide clarity. Hey, so that's 7. I want to ask you something. What do you have next?
Okay.
What?
We don't have too much next.
Well, here's what
we want to just go through all 7. Can I name them really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 daily ways to practice gratitude. 1, speak thankful words. 2, leave notes or messages. 3, acts of service. 4, express physical affection with intention. 5, a prayer of gratitude together. 6, celebrate small wins. And 7, listen with thankfulness.
One of the comments we got from a listener. This is why I encourage your comments. We do listen, we do read, we do try to respond. One of our listeners, one of our really valuable, her insight's very valuable. Hey, shout out to Candace. Thank you, Candace. Said to us, hey, Jim, what would be helpful as you're going through these things is to model it in role play. Do you guys... I want to be responsive to Candace's comment. Do you feel like we've done that?
I think so. I specifically put this in for that.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, hey, let us know because we want to.
I mean, we could do more role play. I do think we may have touched on it. I don't know if we've gone as deep as she would like to go. Like maybe there's a whole episode, or I don't know. I know we're talking about going live. Maybe that's something we do on our lives where we do a role play.
Okay. All right. So again, the point being, we love hearing from you, and it does help us drive a little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the left, faster, slower. So we really appreciate your comments. Anything else? Gratitude, appreciation, being intentional in relationships before we close out?
Nothing on my end.
Nothing on my end.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And speaking of thank you, I can't help but thinking about how thankful I am for the sacrifice that Jesus made by dying in my place.
Yes.
If this is not a decision you've made, if you don't understand how to make that decision, if it's something you're still struggling with, let us know so we can help. By the way, we are praying for one of the benefits for being part of this family, if you will, is that we are praying over each and every one of you. We're thankful for you. We're concerned about you. We want to help you. So, I mean, when we sit here doing these shows, we really would like to think that we are helping, and we don't always know until we hear if this is making a difference. Like somebody commented the other day, Jim, I love this episode, and I responded back, thank you so much for commenting, because I don't know if anybody's watching or not.
Yeah.
So thank you. If you've not made that decision for Christ, we've got resources. Speaking of that, ladies, I want to add that whole plan of salvation to our website if you'll remind me to do that so we can make sure we do that. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, another thing to comment on, this is show episode 4 with her. So how's the dynamics working? Jim, don't be afraid. Jim, I liked it better when it was just you and Teresa. I don't know why you got your daughter on there. Jim, I think your wife and daughter should do it. Why are you on there? Whatever it is you want to say, we want to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.